Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, 12 hours. Most of these kids aren't even old enough to legally drive a car, vote, or buy a lottery ticket. But Democrats support letting minors permanently mutilate their bodies. This is sexual child abuse, plain and simple, and it's not controversial. Nearly 70% of Americans agree that children should be protected from these irreversible procedures. Every single Republican should be backing this. We need to codify President Trump's executive order into law and put an end to this insanity once and for all. No. H. Wars, 169, 366. Marjorie.
I really want to talk about this important bill real quick so that all of your viewers know exactly what's happening with the bill and the games that are being played in Washington right now to stop it. This bill is called the Protect Children's Innocence Act. It's a bill, a signature legislation of mine that I've had introduced in Congress for years now. This was one of the top campaign promises by President Trump and Republicans in 2024 to make it a felony, criminalize the transing of children, of minors, anyone under 18. This is the most common sense thing that we can do as a country. Many other countries have already banned the ability to trans a child in their countries. The United States of America needs to do the same. And so what my bill will do is it will stop the genital mutilation of children, stop mastectomies on teenage girls. It will stop the castration of boys and minors and males. It will also stop the chemical castration of children with puberty blockers and all types of hormonal drugs given to them. This is an over 70% issue across the country among Democrats, Republicans, and independents. And kids just need the right. They need the right to be protected, to allow them to grow up before they ever make permanent changes to their body. I think this is so smart and common sense, but I got to tell you, Alex, I am today being fought on this issue like you would not believe. I have the trans mafia outside of my office screaming at me when I walk outside of my office door to go vote or go to meetings. And I want you to know it has been a hard process. I know many of the viewers are saying, why haven't they passed this bill yet? Why haven't Republicans got this done? And that is our major complaint this entire year, Alex, as we have watched failure after failure here in the Republican-controlled House of Representatives to bring good legislation to the floor that President Trump supports. My bill, as a matter of fact, he supports it so much, he signed an executive order on this very legislation earlier this year. But Congress has to pass the bill in order to make it a law. Otherwise, everything President Trump has done by executive order becomes temporary, Alex. And that means that this executive order that makes it a federal law, makes it a felony to trans children, minors under 18. That means the whole thing is temporary, and the next Democrat president can simply switch it back the other way, and then we'll see, just like we did in the Biden administration, the massive support from Democrats for transing children. These are kids that aren't even old enough to get a tattoo. They're not old enough to join the military. They aren't old enough to register to vote. Many of them that go through this are not even old enough to legally drive a car. However, this is something Republicans need to do, and every Republican needs to vote for it. Alex.
I'm sure you guys how uncomfortable it is.